Oh man, y'all don't even know. I'm so happy right now. Look what we got. I don't know if you can see the display, 74 degrees. I actually have a little bit of rain on my windshield. So nice, thank you, Jesus. All right, guys. 40 to 45 degrees difference hitting my house. So nice. Can breathe, it's a little humid, but you know what? Gosh, that's so nice. Look how green, everything kind of greening up without constant sprinkler system. My little planter here's doing okay. This basil came from seed off of my other basil, so it's doing pretty good. I had to spread that stuff out, but you know, I don't know what this is. It looks like another basil. Almost got a little seed ran off over here. Got radishes in the back and all this cabbage and such down here. So nice. And I have managed at this point, I had to dig up a sprinkler over there. Let me see if I can show it to you. So you can see the head right there. That guy was about 4.5 inches down. It was barely making ground contact when it extended out. So I dug it up and extended it so that it would reach the back half. If you look back there in the very back, let's go back there. That is corn. My corn's kind of coming up there, doing okay. All my peppers are finally starting to put out a little bit. Everything's greening up and getting flowers again. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I love it. All right. My little onions, I've left them for the moment. You can see I've got clover seed growing. Every time I throw out these wood chips, I put that clover seed in here too. I'll get down close so you can see what it does. You can see those little clover seeds. Man, it doesn't take them long, and they really seem to help my dirt quite a bit. But up close and personal, my jalapeno's starting again. It's been so long since I had anything for real. The peppers haven't done anything really this year compared to last year, but everything is ready to kick back on. As you can see, I'm finally getting a little bit out of it. Makes me happy. Let's see here. This is my sweet heat. It's got stuff all over it. And I halved, look at this little turkey. I halved the height of these peppers. They're all bell peppers there. Except for the tallest one there, that's Lunchbox. But even they look healthy still. And I think now they're fixing to really get after it. As you can see here. Well, maybe you can. Can't get stuff to focus right now, but I got some peppers coming on there. This one I don't see anything yet, but it had 2 or 3 on some of the taller parts growing, and you know, I see all over this one. It's ready. That burn, it doesn't want to focus for some reason. Let's see about that. Let me see here. Just not gonna do it today. But I got bell peppers coming on this guy. You can see. Finally, some stuff coming back to life. And my banana peppers, they're putting out all over now, finally. And you can see on the ground back here, I haven't covered it all in wood chips yet because I don't have it. I used my grass clippings and I went around the bottom of the corn rows here. Got a couple more back there in the back. And then I brought in all of this ag barn. I call it my ag fertilizer, but you can see it's got sheep and goat pellets in it. And I think really that's probably pig poop, the clods, the dirt clods. And it's all mixed in with all the bedding and stuff. And so the stuff is fertile. It does good. Now I've added about probably 3 inches maybe of that ag fertilizer. And then I have 1 single bag of the wood chips on here for right now. And I plan on very shortly going to get some more bags of this wood chips. But I got to make a run out of town. We don't have a tractor supply here locally, so I've got to drive about an hour away. But that's how this guy's looking. That whole section doing just fine. I'll show you over there now. All right. So my green beans are coming back out. I'm getting a little bit of beans on there. They're budding all over the place. Let's see, right there, you can see I got some on that. Looks like I need to tie up my tomato plant. It's already falling down again with flowers. It's the rain getting me, but I mean, look at this. Look how much they just filled out in probably maybe a week. This last week or so when I made a video for you guys, I kind of cleaned it up where I could follow the stems and tie everything up, and we're right back in action. And I actually having an issue. Let me see here. I have a neighbor that we're across the alley from one another, and she's a nice lady, and she lets the dogs go out in the alley and handle their business. And I don't want to encroach on anybody's privacy, but I have a little camera here. And I think somebody has tinkered with this guy. Let's see, there we go. Yeah. And I often aim it down my alley here, down my fence line, because at the end of my block, there are some crackheads that live around here. And they like to steal, and they get into people's yards back here. And so I'm about had enough of finding my gate right there open in the mornings and my dogs out, having to try to chase them down and figure out what's been taken. Now let me show you in the greenhouse. So on the way though, thought I'd show you. So butterfly vine is crawling right on up. And my Egyptian spinach, good and healthy. My little guy down there has a new leaf, a little pomegranate. All right. Everything's just so relieved to finally be cool. This is the first time in like a million years that I've seen something like that on that thermostat. And well, I was going to show you this guy, but there we go. Maybe you can see it. 77 degrees. The first time that fan hasn't been running nonstop in months. Okay, so these couple of big tubs under here, that's where my potatoes are going pretty quick. I'm waiting on some more Happy Frog dirt, and then I'm going to fill those babies up and get some taters planted. My cilantro in here. Okay, that's a little better. So I got this cilantro. It's doing a little bit better in here than it is over there in that planter box. For some reason, it really seems to like it up under here. Put it back in its spot. Okay, and here's all my spare cabbage and broccoli and all of those goodies. And you can see all that stuff. It's better off in here than it is out there, but it's going to end up getting plumb root bound before I plant it, because you can already see a few little holes. But man, when I put it in the ground, the critters around here eat that stuff up. My little Roma's still doing okay. And here's the rest of my cabbage that I've got, and broccoli. It's just waiting on its spot. And as you can tell, I do have some carrots. So I've got several of them all out in here. I need to weed it, and I have 3 more packages of carrots that will go in here probably as well, and maybe a little bit at the secret garden, but it looks like it's going to be a success, so that makes me really happy. It'll be my first time with carrots, so wish me luck. Now, here are my Texas 1015 white onions. They're started and they're in good shape. I planted some of them over there under that planter, and they're doing just fine as of right now. In the meantime, I've got these guys over here until I figure out what I want to do with the rest. These tomato bushes are getting crazy again. And I really don't want to prune them a whole lot, but I need to really get in here and clean this stuff up a little bit and work on it. It's ready to go all the rest of the way across now. So, there's that. You can see these guys are beginning to flower again finally after so much time being burned up and just trying to make it through the summer. All that okra standing up pretty good. Won't be long, it'll be putting off okra for me again. You can see that, oh, what the heck was it? Arugula. The arugula's doing pretty good in there. No gripes there. The dadgum sun golds are back on. They've been making, I've been munching out on those little guys. I love them. I missed them so bad. All right. And my little bunch of onions are just fine down there for now, so. I can't hardly open or shut the greenhouse door because of all the tomatoes in here, but you know, you can tell. Let me get back here. Let you look. You know, this stuff's growing all the way across now, so. From the roof up, I'm in pretty good shape. Just get my taters going. But, how about we continue on? All right, so here's that perpetual spinach now that it's got stuck in the ground instead of being in that planter. Over here where it catches the most sun, see, I've got this shade cloth right here, and it blocks the sun on a lot of that. I really could take it down now, and I may do that. But look at that dadgum stuff. I mean, it's so happy to be in the ground and getting that water steady like that. All these sucker tomatoes, I ought to pick them up and hook them to something or put some pipe or cages or something up here. But you know what? I'm not even sweating it right now. I just don't care. I'll let them vine all over the place as long as I can keep up with them. Strawberries doing okay. I saw some runners out here today. I put them back in there. And the asparagus looks good too. Compost pile has begun to compost. Now, let's go see down there. Okay, the comfrey's just fine. Fig tree looks beautiful. It's doing wonderful. Peach tree, good and healthy. That one over there, no comment. But my wife's been harvesting the beets, and you know, some we get little bitty stinkers like that. Some we got that are much bigger, but you know, they've been in the ground a long time. It's time they're going to start getting harvested pretty steady, and if they're ready, they're ready, and if they're not, then they're not. See, the parsley looks wonderful. It looks really good, and my little parsley jar in the house is empty, so it's time to come and harvest that stuff. The orange tree is getting a little size to it, looking better, deeper green there finally. This one not so much. It's suffering from a little chlorosis. It needs a little more fertilizer or something. Okay, the trumpet vine's throwing off pods like crazy. And there's my 7-foot tall marigold that never flowers. This stuff is just kind of hanging out for now. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. Eventually, though, something will. All right, let's go see what's on the other side of the gate. All right, so this squash has grown up quite a bit, and it's flowering all over the place. Just like my Israeli melons, I have not seen any melons on there yet, but lots of flowers, and I've seen several bees and stuff in here. So it's a matter of time. I had an armadillo. You can see the damage back there. That dirty dog got in here and dug up stuff, so hopefully he didn't harm anything too bad. But this is what draws all those bees, that dadgum trumpet vine. See the size of these pods? I don't know if you can or not, but those draw the bees and they draw the hummingbirds. Okay, I got a couple little tomatoes here and there, and they're flowering down there, and I'm not sweating that one bit, whatever happens. Don't even know what kind of pepper this is yet, but I see evidence that I may be finding out soon. And this guy has grown up tall. Look at the way it has vined out and trying to grab onto stuff. Isn't that peculiar? I've never seen that on my squash. But it's putting out. It's looking pretty dang healthy. So I'll have another round of squash coming. And that guy is almost ready. It won't be just a minute. The sunflowers, got sunflowers on about 3 or 4 different sides here, so it's pretty for the people who drive by my house. And a couple of more little tomatoes are hiding in here. Not doing a whole lot yet, but we'll see. It's finally cooling off. Things are looking better. Now these, I did not know what this was. I thought it was a squash or something, but my wife told me that she threw down seeds for hollyhocks. And just to aggravate her, I call them hockey locks, but I've never seen them except for on a video, so we'll see how they do. Looks like they're doing okay right now, and they're right up on that drip line, so I may have a couple of pretty flowers before it's all said and done. But anyway, I'm just a happy camper that we finally got a little water, and I wanted to show you guys, man, a 45-degree temperature drop is a big deal. And when you're in a drought for months and you finally get some rain, it's a big deal. So we say thank you, Jesus, because we know where it's coming from. And y'all come back and see me in the next couple weeks. I'll probably put some more stuff out. I've been laying down a lot of this old black tarp stuff out there at the secret garden because I'm going to start planting those brassicas and some of these onions and stuff out there pretty quick. I tore the whole thing up and redid a bunch of it. So stay tuned and you'll see what's going on. We'll see you next round.